Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I have arrived here at Haldirth in the Great River, and I've been asked to speak with one of the elves here. Hello.
Orcs have been sighted along the river.
This is a dangerous time to pass through Stangard, stranger. Orcs have been sighted along the river. The scouts have not reported any bands of travelers recently, but if your friends traveled in secret, they may have gone unnoticed. I have fewer scouts than Stangard than I once did. If you travel south along the river, perhaps you'll find some sign of your friend's passage. All right, fine. Follow the riverbank south of Haldreth. Fine. To the south. Fortunately, there is a convenient road heading down this way. Not exactly in the perfect direction. Actually, this road is not exactly what I would call heading south, but I do see that the road splits. So we'll just turn to the right, and then we should be going the right way. See if I can find any sign of the company. Of course, the question isn't whether or not I can find them, it's making sure that orcs and the like don't find them, right? So, what do? Try to distract them saying, "Hey, I'm a tasty hobbit!" You see trampled grass underfoot. Does the fellowship come this way? Let's see. Follow the riverbank further south. Anything else along the way? Always a tricky thing with quests like this. Can you find the exact spot? The answer to that is most likely no. I think I missed it. Has the earth been disturbed here? Does it signify the fellowship's passage? Alright, let's then go search south along the river. Trouble is searching south along the river is that that's not good. You gingerly remove an orc arrow from the body of the slain scout. Trouble. It looks like you have one fewer scout.
This is not the first friend we have lost, but that makes it no easier.
I would tell her family that she has fallen in the service of the Golden Wood. The orcs that killed her are surely still somewhere in Thingolad. If you wish to help us while you seek your signs of your friends, slay any orcs that you find in this land. Alright, so I need to defeat orcs in Thingolad. And I think that there are several places where I could find a plentiful supply of them. I believe there are some to the north, right? Not down this way. That's not an orc, that is a buck. An orbuck? That is a bear. That looks like, is that a tent up there? Oh, well, whether or not it's a tent, that is an orc. There you go. One orc down. Next. Oops. Two orcs down. Hey, your turn. Just throw a fireball at them and send in an eagle, and they just up and die. Amazing. Oh, they are level 70, so I suppose that could be a reason. There you go. Back when the area first came out, it was... the mobs here were level 75, I believe, which was the level cap at the time. But then it got turned into an alternate leveling area to Dunlin, so it started at level 70 instead. But the epic, of course, is still at the old original levels. Alright, that's it for the orcs, but I am sure that killing a few extra... the elves will make absolutely no objections if I kill a few more than my quota, right? Well, I guess I'll have to ask. Ah! Nona's arrived.
I thank you for the help.
The orcs must pay for the heartache that they have caused us, though the debt is larger than the worth of those few lives. I sought to engage this woman you travel with on a conversation, but she is slow to trust and slower to friend. I will ask you to won't ask you to divulge any of your shared mysteries to me, but it is a curious thing. She bears a sword of the Rohirrim horse lords. Folk have long been the enemies of that people, have they not? If she slew the sword's owner, you may find your passage through this land to be more difficult. The men of Rohan are not quick to forgive. She wishes to speak with you when you have returned. Oh? What is it, Nona?
I am worried. My people have never gotten along with the horse lords.
This elf has given me something to think about. I am worried. My people have never gotten along with the horse lords, and it seems that they have a large outpost just to the south. We will need to go that way if we are to learn the reason behind your dreams. Okay.
I will travel with you to this village, if I must.
The outpost of the horse lords is south of here, in Errolsmead, and is called Stangard. I will travel with you to this village if I must, but heed my warning. They will bear no love for me, nor for them. I will stay my hand and my tongue for your sake, but I will suffer no insult from the Foigil. Let us learn what we may from their outpost, and then leave quickly. All right? Then we head over to Stangard and find out if they know anything. I will presume that that is the outpost in question. I have to take a closer look at those banners. It doesn't look like an orcish outpost. Bit greenish on the banners, it looks like. Hello. Hello. No, you're not a good dog. Okay. New deed, Beast Slayer. Wonderful. Ah. Here we are, Beast Slayer. Very definitely Rohirrim. New deed, Errolsmead Explorer. All right. Hello there.
Who is this woman? And why does she carry a sword of my people?
You are a long way from home, stranger, and in the company of a Dunlending warrior witch. I do not like it. Afric lowers at you, his heavy-lidded gaze suspicious. This outpost may be beyond the borders of Rohan, but the law of Theoden King holds, and I cannot allow this warrior witch to pass unchallenged. Take that Rohirric sword from her and present it to Horn atop Stangard, and see what he thinks about it. He's young, but in matters of swordcraft and history he is unrivaled. If he believes that this woman is no threat, I will allow her to enter. Otherwise, she must remain outside the walls. All right. What do you say about this, Nona?
I will let you carry the sword, but do not let any of these men touch it.
This weapon may be the result of their swordcraft. That is theirs, but it is theirs no longer. Now it is the sword of my brother Wadu, and his chain of the claim to heritage of has been severed and made anew. Wadu's ghost wields it now. Take it from the bag of my belongings. Bring it to this man Horn atop the village, and heed his word. Let none but you touch it, and return to me when he is satisfied. Okay. She put it... How does he know about the sword if it's inside of her bag? It sort of defies a little bit of logic there. But okay. Show Nona sword to Horn and Stangard. They're just saying, why is this hobbit running around? I guess the first question is, what is a hobbit? But that's an entirely different matter. There you go. I'm sure my existence and helping of Theodred has not reached this far east yet. Ah, well, I'll assume that this is Horn.
Welcome to Stangard, such as it is. What is this sword you bear?
Horn reaches out for the sword, but I shake my head and keeps it in your hand, and keep it in my hands. He laughs quietly, and you tell him briefly of Nona, Wadu, and the sword. I see. This is a Rohirric sword, but it is old. Very old. It strikes a memory in me, but I can't place it. I wonder if it was fashioned by Errol the Young when he came out of the Northlands. I want to show you something. Return this curious weapon to your friend at the gate with my regards, and tell her that she is welcome to enter the village. I don't think that either of you are foes of ours. Then meet me outside of town by the Kutstan. It's a large statue of two figures located amongst the Wailing Hills, west of Stangard, and I think that you should see it. Alright. I'll first take this back to Nona. Wouldn't it have been more convenient if I carried it in a scabbard or something like that? What do you say?
I have permission to enter? I will remain outside.
This village smells too much of the horse and false dealings to me. Thank you for returning Wadu's sword to me. I knew that I could trust you. I'm not so certain about these others.
You meet this man Horn at the Kustan. I will search elsewhere.
I have no interest in this town, Panlor. These folk are the same as their brethren elsewhere, and have nothing helpful to tell us. I will seek the meaning of your dream in the wild. You meet this man Horn at the Kutstan. I will search elsewhere. Where did he say that he was? The Wailing Hills west of here? Well, take care of yourself. Horn may seem to be a friend, but his people are treacherous, and he will prove no different. Keep him at the length of your arm. Well, compared to you, I've got pretty short arms. Just to make that clear. So now let's see if we could find this, whatever this statue, stone, memorial, whatever he said it was. The question is, how long will it take me to recognize it? Ah! I would presume that this is what Horn was talking about, and there is Horn. Hello there.
I am glad you have come.
I wanted to speak with you here, away from the prying eyes and listening ears of Stangard. There are friends in the village, but it is my worry that not all the men have the best interests of Rohan in their hearts. The garrison at Stangard consists of men who have no other place in Rohan, for these have committed crimes but otherwise remain loyal to the king. They perform a length of service determined by the king's order, and upon the completion their past transgressions are forgiven. My story is no different, but my heart burns for Rohan. I see it threatened on all sides, and worst of all, I fear that the greatest danger comes not from without, but from within. I've seen... Someone comes. Quickly! Hide behind the stone over there, and see if it is a friend or a foe. Hide behind a stone. Are we friends or foes? Well, I guess we'll find out in a moment. Hold on. I think they're foes. And you. Sorry! Based on their manner, I'm thinking they're foes.
I am worried by the increased number of orcs that move alongside the river.
That was well done, Pinelore. I'm worried about the increased number of orcs that are moving along the river. They have been coming down from the holes in the Misty Mountains in great numbers of late, but they are not the only danger that we face here. There are 2 shallow crossings across the great river. 500 years ago, a tribe of Easterlings crossed into northern Gondor by the northernmost of these Undeeps. The steward of the land knew that he did not have the men to repel them all. He sent messengers into the north to seek for aid, but it seemed that none could come in the time to save Gondor. The sound of approaching feet once again brings Horn's attention. We have another visitor, Pinelore. Hide behind the other stone and see if it's another orc. Alright. So as I can do that. Is it another orc? Or is it a friend? Or is it Nona? It looks like an orc. Alright, hey. Searching orc. I have defeated the searching orc. Another orc.
You are quite an ally, my friend.
Now, where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. The steward of Gondor sent an urgent plea to the northern people, but the Easterling tribe pressed across the river before any help arrived. But when all hope seemed lost, a new force arrived onto the field of Calabrot, the ancestors of my people, led by Eor the Young. He destroyed the Easterlings, and in thanks the steward of Gondor gave them the land of Calnarthon to dwell in, and that is now called Rohan. The status was later erected as a statue, a sign of the friendship between the Erlingas and the men of Gondor, and my people have watched the crossing of the great river ever since. Horn looks at the statue, and is quiet for some time. I think that the sword your Dunlending friend carries was at that battle, Pinelore. I can't be sure, but I feel that it must be so. Why has it come back? And in pretty good shape, too. We should return to Stangard. The air grows chill, and we can talk more when we return. But I remember what I have said. Okay, I shall remember. So, back to Stangard. The question is, why is this relevant?
It is clear that you have been sent to help my people fight against the Kundalar.
Ah, that's why you brought the story. Yes, the Kundalar are the descendants of the Easterling tribe that crossed the great river 500 years ago. and scouts report that they have been on the shore. They seek to accomplish what their ancestors could not, and the time there will be no timely intervention. This time, yes, no final hour rescue. We are on our own, Pine Lore, and that is why I didn't forbid your Dunlending friend from entering into Stangard, or seize the Rohirric sword that she carries. Perhaps one day we were foes, and we may be again. But today, I see Rohan threatened, and I thirst for allies to defend my homeland. I was called disloyal and changeable in the hall of Theoden King, but that is not so. I love Rohan. I want only to protect her.
The battlefield of Parth Celebrant may hold some clue to defeating the Kundalar.
The ancestors of the Kundalar were routed by the timely arrival of the Erlingas under Error the Young, and we have no such advantage in numbers this time. No one is coming to help us. We must find some strategy to help defeat the Kundalar, and sifting through the site of that battle may teach us something that we can use against them. I have marked this map with the locations of the battle. Bring it to Cerdig at the road of the watchpost of Parth Celebrant, then he will guide you to the places he has not already searched. I hope that you will be able to be kind to him. Cerdig has been long away from his wife and daughters, and sometimes he lets the warriors master him. He is a good friend and true, even if his mind is not always on the task before him. Oh, Caradir. Or is it? No, Caradig. Well, however you pronounce his name, that's whom we will be speaking with when we return for the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.